You probably think you'd notice if your dog was missing you. You picture something obvious: howling, destruction, a dog pressed against the window watching the street. And yes, some dogs express it that way. But for most dogs, missing their owner looks completely different. It's quieter, more subtle, more private. It happens in the small adjustments he makes while you're gone, in the specific places he chooses to wait, in the way he carries himself in your absence versus in your presence. In 7 behaviors that are happening right now, today, in your home, that you have almost certainly walked right past without ever realizing what they meant. Here are the 7 things your dog does when he misses you. And once you know them, you will never unsee them. Number 1, he sleeps in your spot. Not the couch, not his bed, not a sunny patch of floor. Your spot. The chair you always sit in. Your side of the bed. The particular indent in the sofa cushion that belongs to you. This is one of the most well-documented proximity-seeking behaviors in domestic dogs. Research from the University of Veterinary Medicine in Vienna confirmed what dog owners have always intuited. Dogs exposed to their owner's scent show significantly lower stress responses than dogs in unscented environments. Your spot is where your scent is most concentrated. It is, to your dog's nervous system, the closest available version of you. When he curls up in your chair while you're at work, he is not being territorial. He is finding the place in your home where you are most present and resting inside that presence. He misses you, and this is how he gets as close to you as the world will currently allow. Number 2, he carries something of yours. A sock, a shirt you left on the floor, a scarf that fell off the hook by the door. You come home and find it somewhere unusual, in his bed, in the middle of the living room, by the front door. He didn't chew it, he didn't destroy it, he just moved it, carried it somewhere. Studies on object-carrying behavior in dogs suggest this is a form of scent comfort behavior, the dog physically transporting an item saturated with the owner's smell to a location where he spends time. It's the canine equivalent of holding something that belongs to someone you miss, of keeping it close, of having a piece of them nearby when they can't be there themselves. He picked up your sock and carried it to his bed because it smells like you, and having it near him while he waited was the best option available. Number 3, he loses his appetite. You've probably never connected this one, but research published in the journal Applied Animal Behavior Science found that dogs in households with strong owner-pet bonds showed measurable changes in eating behavior during their owner's absence: reduced appetite, less enthusiasm for food, a general flatness that lifts almost immediately upon the owner's return. This is not a medical issue, it's an emotional one. Dogs, like humans, experience a mild suppression of appetite when they are separated from a primary attachment figure. The part of the brain that processes social connection and the part that processes hunger are not separate systems. They influence each other. If your dog sometimes barely touches his food during the day and then perks up the moment you walk through the door, this is why. He wasn't hungry without you. He's always more himself when you're there. Number 4, he greets you the same way whether you were gone for 8 hours or 8 minutes. You know this one. You step out to check the mail and come back to a full welcome home ceremony, jumping, spinning, tail a-blur, as if you've been on a 6-month expedition. This is not confusion about how long you were gone. This is not a dog with no sense of time. This is a dog for whom your absence, regardless of duration, represents a gap in his world that your return immediately closes. Research from Stockholm University confirmed that dogs show elevated stress markers even during brief separations from their owners. The return doesn't just end the separation, it resolves something, resets something. Every return is, to him, the conclusion of a period of waiting, and it deserves to be met with everything he has. He greets you that way after 5 minutes because he means it every single time. Number 5, he sighs after you leave. If you've ever set up a camera to watch what your dog does when you go, or if someone has ever told you about it, you may have heard this. A long, slow exhale, a sigh that settles into the room after the door closes, sometimes followed by him putting his head down on his paws and staying very still. Animal behaviorists describe this as a displacement behavior, a physical release of the tension that built up in the transition between your presence and your absence. It is not dramatic, it is not distress, it is just him processing, adjusting, settling into the new temporary reality that you are gone, and the best thing he can do is wait. That sigh is not performance. No one is watching. It's just what his body does with the feeling of missing you. Number 6, he watches the door differently in the hour before you usually come home. Dogs have an extraordinary internal sense of timing. Research from multiple institutions, including a notable study by biologist Rupert Sheldrake, has documented that many dogs begin moving toward the door, becoming more alert and expectant in the window of time that corresponds to their owner's typical return, even when the owner's schedule changes. Part of this is scent-based. Your scent in the home fades throughout the day, and as it fades, your dog's brain begins orienting toward your expected return. Part of it is genuine temporal awareness. Dogs track daily rhythms with a precision that repeatedly surprises researchers. In that last hour before you usually walk through the door, he is not just waiting. He is preparing. He has been missing you all day, and now the information available to him, the scent, the light, the sounds of the neighborhood, is telling him that the waiting is almost over. Number 7, he follows you more than usual in the hours before you leave. This one surprises people. Before a departure, not after. But dogs are extraordinarily sensitive to pre-departure cues. The alarm going off at an unusual time, the suitcase coming out of the closet, the particular way you move through the house when you're getting ready to go somewhere. Research has found that dogs begin showing increased proximity-seeking behavior well before their owners actually leave, sometimes hours before, in dogs who live with owners who travel. They don't have a calendar. They have something better. They have you. And they can read the small signals in your behavior, your scent, your routine that tell them she's getting ready to go. So they follow closer. They press against you more. They rest their head on your foot while you sit at the desk. They sit by the door while you pack your bag. They're not being difficult. They're doing the only thing that makes sense when the person you love is about to leave. They're getting as much of you as they can, while they can. 7 behaviors. 7 quiet, daily, unannounced expressions of what it costs him when you're not there. He doesn't tell you he misses you. He doesn't have the words, but he sleeps in your spot and carries your sock and watches the door and follows you through the last hour before you go. And every single one of those things means the same thing. I notice when you're here. I feel it when you're not. I'm always waiting for you to come back. You are on his mind the whole time. You always are. Which of these does your dog do? Tell me in the comments. I want to know how he shows it. And if you want to know the 5 signs your dog is secretly proud of you, behaviors that look ordinary but mean something extraordinary, that video is right here.